Saquon Barkley and the Giants have not been able to come together or come to any sort of agreement on a contract extension for the Pro Bowl and just all-world running back. And it's kind of surprising. And the reason why it's surprising to me is because, quite frankly, and I don't even think this is an unpopular opinion here, maybe it is, but I think Saquon is far more valuable of a player to the Giants than Daniel Jones is, and Daniel Jones obviously got paid $40+ million a year earlier this offseason. So, yeah, it's really weird to me. The Giants, they made all these moves to try and get better. They extended Dexter Lawrence, obviously extended Daniel Jones. They traded for Darren Waller. They had a pretty solid draft this year, brought in some key free agents to kind of help out their team and their depth. And yet, I feel like the most important and impactful player on their team is just being hung out to dry, which confuses me. And listen, I understand. I don't think running backs are very valuable in today's NFL. I just don't. Now, do I want that to be true? No. I want that to be very false. But unfortunately, you can draft a running back in the 5th round, and they can be just as successful as if you draft a running back top 10. Now, that goes for a lot of other positions too, but it's especially true with running backs. It's not true for quarterbacks most of the time. I mean, Russell Wilson was a 3rd-round pick. Kirk Cousins was a 4th-round pick. But other than that, I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that wasn't a 1st-round quarterback that's ended up becoming wildly successful in today's NFL. I mean, you think of the guys that are really, really good in today's NFL, right? Aaron Rodgers, 1st-round pick. Josh Allen, top 10 pick. Patrick Mahomes, top 10 pick. Deshaun Watson, 1st-round pick. Joe Burrow, number 1 pick in the draft. Trevor Lawrence, number 1 pick in the draft, right? Like, it's just all these guys that have been drafted super high that are really the most talented quarterbacks, and that's just how it is with quarterbacks, right? That doesn't mean that every 1st-round quarterback you pick is going to be a hit. I mean, that's just not true either. But to think that you're going to replace a guy or draft a guy in the 5th round and he's going to be your franchise guy, that's not really true. But that really could be what you think if you draft a guy in the 5th round as a running back. That is so that's kind of the point I'm trying to make there is running backs not very valuable. And Saquon's looking for top tier money. And while I think he deserves it, I think that his injury history is going to make the Giants and other teams very, very hesitant to give him that kind of money. But you know what? They gave it to Christian McCaffrey, and that guy was injured for about 3 straight years, basically, with a couple games in between. And then he ends up going to the San Francisco 49ers. He stays healthy, and he's immediately the best player on that team. I mean, it's ridiculous. At least the best player on the offense outside of maybe Debo, or George Kittle. George Kittle's pretty darn good. I don't want to forget about George Kittle, so maybe I'll take that back. But he was very important. That's the point. So weird to me. I don't understand why the Giants don't just pay Saquon. Now, you know what? From the reports I heard, they did give him a contract extension offer that was about $13 million a year, and he turned it down because he's wanting top-tier money. And if that's the case, then okay, I can understand the hesitancy, because maybe you think that Saquon needs another fully healthy year under his belt before you're willing to give him that kind of money. If you're willing to give him that kind of money at all. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if the Giants sign Daniel Jones for $40+ million a year and they don't re-sign Saquon, I'm gonna laugh so hard, because look, again, I know running back's not that valuable, but for the Giants, let's be honest with each other here, guys. Obviously, you can't answer me here, but I'm going to know what your answer is because it's a logical answer, which is no. Do any of you guys really think that Daniel Jones is good enough to lead a team to a Super Bowl? No, I don't think any of us do. I think that if you give Daniel Jones a bunch of incredible weapons, an incredible defense, an incredible offensive line, an incredible secondary, and really good special teams and coaching, it's possible you could win a Super Bowl. But if you don't give Daniel Jones all those things, there's no way he's going to carry you to a Super Bowl. Look, Joe Burrow 2 years ago, took a revolving door of an offensive line and a mediocre defense to a Super Bowl. Anybody want to argue with that? The Bengals had a great wide receiver core and a really good running back and a really good quarterback. Their offensive line was awful. Better last year, but still 2 years ago they were awful. And their defense was mediocre. Maybe like 16th or 17th best in the NFL. And Joe Burrow was so good that he drug that team to a Super Bowl. Daniel Jones does not have that in him. As far as I can tell, as far as I've seen so far, now he could prove me wrong, and he has gotten marginally better every year. He doesn't have that in him yet. He's not that good of a quarterback that if you don't give him weapons, if you don't give him an offensive line, if you don't give him a great defense, he's going to do something. Last year, he basically just kind of made the team go at the pace that they were going to go already, and he tried not to screw it up. That's essentially what Daniel Jones did last year. He just tried not to screw it up because he had a really good team around him. He had a pretty good offensive line that's young and up and coming and has some great players on there. He's got a defense that was getting better and better and was one of the top 10 defenses in the league last year. He's got an all-pro running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield and make anybody miss and break tackles like crazy if he stays healthy. To be fair, he did not have a lot of wide receiver or tight end weapons last year. To be fair to him. Maybe if he got some better weapons, he'd be a little better. And they got Darren Waller this year, so, we'll see. But right now, I don't think any of us can confidently say that Daniel Jones can lead you to a Super Bowl. And so, the Giants paid him $40 million a year, basically betting that he's going to be able to carry this franchise. And I would be so surprised that if they let Saquon Barkley go and didn't replace him with some equal or very close to talent-wise running back, I would be floored if Daniel Jones had any kind of high volume of success. Not to say that they couldn't be okay, but I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl. And that's your goal every year. Every team, your goal is to either win a Super Bowl or to rebuild completely and then 5 years from now win a Super Bowl. Whatever the case is, right? So I don't know what to think about what's going on there. There's been really conflicting reports. I've seen that Saquon's not asking for top money. I'm pretty sure he even said, I'm not asking to set the market for running backs. I'm asking to just pay what I feel is fair. But also, if he turned down slightly less than top of the market value because he wants top of the market value, then, that you can't have both those things. Now, I guess, technically, if he said, I'm not looking to set the market, but he wants to have the exact same amount as the highest paid running back, which I think is Christian McCaffrey, then I guess that technically qualifies as not setting the market. But at the same time, when you say, I'm not looking to set the market, that should also mean you're not looking to make the exact same amount of money as the very top guy, too. I feel like you're saying you'll take slightly less than the top guy, which I would think would be fair for Saquon Barkley. I don't think he's the best running back in football. I think he's a top 3 or top 5 running back in football, so that means he should be paid like a top 3 or a top 5 running back. That's how I feel. And I think the Giants need to be the one that pays him because I think that he's more valuable on that team than he is any other team in the NFL right now. I think if you stuck Saquon Barkley on the Eagles, he wouldn't be as good. I think if you stuck Saquon Barkley on the Patriots, I would love that, but he wouldn't be as good. I think if you stuck Saquon Barkley on the Dolphins or on the Jets or on the Chiefs or on the Steelers, although the Steelers wouldn't need him, but the point is, I just don't think he'd be as good or as effective as he is in that system for the Giants. So, what do you guys think? I quite frankly think that they should re-sign him, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section, and I would be so happy to interact with you guys. So, please let me know what you guys think, and we will go from there.
Hey guys, me again. Thank you so much for watching one of my clips from the Lopes Goes Last podcast. These clips are so much fun to do. I absolutely love making them, and I absolutely love doing them. And this podcast is my baby. So I really want this thing to grow and I really want it to succeed. So if you did like what you see, please subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you never miss any one of my episodes or one of my clips like this one. And please do also like and share these videos with your friends and your family so that we can make this thing grow as fast as possible. And I wanted to thank you again so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day.